All right, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, to Oncast.com. Carnage and Count of our Pro League action. Going to be coming at you on what is now week number 2, of course. 4 weeks total here for the regular season, leading into the playoffs. 6 of the best teams right now in Heroes of North competing against one another to determine the top 4 and eventually play it out for an $8,000 prize pool. Carnage and Count of our Pro League been providing us some great action, some good content, some definitely some good play time for all these teams here, especially those in the Pro Division. With that said, we got CiC Esports going up against Willowkeeper here. Willowkeeper, of course, one of the new teams here in Cycle number 2 of the Pro League, but they've definitely been looking strong. Off to a slow start as far as record is concerned. Only have the 1 point so far through the 3 matches that they have played in total. But this is definitely a team, again, that they've shown that they can contend. They've actually only played 2 matches, I should say. So with that said, this is actually their 3rd match. Anyways, point being, I'm looking forward to actually a pretty good series today. With that said, I am joined by co-casters today. Actually going to be joined by Super KGE. How's it going, man?
It's going good.
Been a while.
Yeah, it's been quite some time since I casted, so this is going to be fun. I'm quite excited.
It's good to have you back. I haven't noticed it. I mean, you're still playing hot and everything. You doing the stream thing. That's going good, I assume?
Yeah, I'm streaming now and then when I can. It's just that I'm working so much right now, so I'm pretty tired during the night, so I don't stream that long anymore.
Yeah. Right on, right on. Well, it's good to have you here. Definitely appreciate it. So, and again, this honestly should be a good series. Like, obviously, we're already developing the draft here, but I mean, Willowkeeper. I don't know how much you've watched of them, but do you think these guys are good? They can contend, or?
Yeah, they're a pretty old team, I guess. They have some roster changes here and there, but I think they've used like the main 3 or 4 even for quite some time. Mm-hmm. So I recognize them, of course, and I played out against them also before. I think they have potential. I haven't seen them lately now, as I haven't been following that competitive scene too much. But it seems like they're doing good by looking at the stats. Yeah,
again, they played, I believe, Reason Gaming, and then they played The Last of Us, actually. Now, they ended up losing both those series. Again, they lost The Last of Us 2-1. But again, all the games, it's a team that's going through growing pains kind of as far as being at this top-tier level. They have the skill that's evident, but they're making mistakes here and there that are costing them games. That's definitely worth pointing out. So it's kind of over time, you hope that they obviously learn from those mistakes and move forward. But again, they got quite the opponent here. To battle against in CiC Esports, no doubt. And again, the thing with CiC Esports, too, this is the first time we're going to see Insania as a part of CiC Esports. Of course, replace support. Initially, when we casted, they were actually playing with Panny because Insania was out of town. But Insania's back, playing with CiC Esports now. I'm excited to see how that works out when it's all said and done. So, but man, we already got picks going. We see Kinesis coming out here for CiC Esports. Overall, Ophelia, Kraken, Rhapsody, Kinesis. And then you got Magnus, Torture, Hag, Master of Arms on Willowkeeper. So, how's this draft looking for you, Super KG?
I feel like Legion think that is they're really looking for a teamfight team, as they have so much teamfight. They have the Ophelia, Rhapsody, and Kraken. That's like massive team fighting. And then Kinesis does a lot of burst damage if we can get in the fight without like getting stunned or anything. Mm-hmm. So I think by looking at the heroes, they want to get the like core items and then start pushing. And if you see on the Hellborn side, they also has a pretty aggressive lineup, you could say. They want to probably play that's a very aggressive. Yeah. They might even go try long lane. I'm not too sure, but let's see what they pick. But I feel like if they're gonna go farming Magnus, they need a PK before the team fight starts happening. That's what I should say. What they're gonna go for, hopefully. Yeah,
you know, it is kind of interesting. Mini Mag, I've had him on co-casting recently quite a bit, and he's actually pretty familiar with this team, and he was making a comment how they apparently like to run almost like a jungling Magnus. He actually pulls the creep wave, he pulls it into the jungle, and then he's able to farm with that and get some decent levels off of that. Now, we've seen them pick up Magnus a couple times, and they haven't done that, so I'm not going to say they're going to do that here by any means, but they apparently have that kind of strategy. And also, another thing to know, they are an aggressive team. They definitely like to play these aggressive kind of lineups to really take it to you early on. So, yeah, that's not a huge surprise to see this draft coming out for them. But yeah, it is going to be interesting to see where they ultimately lane up here, especially now with the final pick to be coming out. But you do see the Swiftblade pickup coming out here for CiC Esports. So it makes you wonder, are they going to maybe look to go aggressive pseudo-trialing perhaps or whatnot? So
I don't think they should. I think they should just send the Kinetic Suicide and then have the Swiftblade bottom, which I think they're going to do. But they're holding the Swift Blade on Kesu mainly because I guess they want to fool the enemies. I don't know. But yeah, I think they should go Swift Blade bottom, have Kraken solo mid because they're not going to win that lane, I don't think, if there's going to be duo against duo mid. Without the factor of Ophelia, that is, if Ophelia plays really good, I think they can still win the mid, of course.
Yeah, I'm actually curious to see who this this Kinesis ends up on. Because, again, Slap is known for playing the Kinesis, but at the same time, he is their jungler, so, perhaps going to be on Ophelia in this time around. And again, Insania, I believe he's also going to be the main support for the team, from my understanding. Again, he's replacing the player support, and he does have history of playing support in his past, so I believe that's just naturally going to happen when it's all said and done. But again, maybe we're gonna see a Kinesis say on KZ, yeah. So like for the suicide possibly, or I don't know. So okay, Chipper coming out here for Willowkeeper. So speaking of aggressive, they continue that trend there. But that also means they're very likely going to be running aggressive trialing here, right?
They probably should, and then they have the Chipper against the Kraken mid and Hag top by the looks of it. But I think Kinesis is probably going to win the lane, though. Top lane if he's matched up against the Hag. I don't really like that. Maybe they even send a Chipper top in the Hag mid. They might do that, actually. That might be better. I'm not too sure, though, how Chipper is going to do against the Kinesis, because Kinesis has a very, lot of harass and everything. So does Chipper, though.
Yeah.
So I think it could be a very even lane.
Yeah, exactly. Kind of a back and forth there, but... we'll see what Willowkeeper ultimately decides to do. But again, CiC Esports, they are sending Ophelia top lane so far. She does go boots first. Rhapsody's also heading up here. So they may be going the aggressive pseudo trialing, actually. And this could very likely be just to simply dodge the trialing that's being sent from Willowkeeper at the same time. If that's the case, do you think that makes more sense?
Yeah, it probably does. I think they should do that, actually.
It looks like they are doing that here. Look at the whole 5, though, of Willowkeeper. They're all huddled up, roaming into the Legion jungle. I don't think they're going to be getting anything necessarily, though. They do have a couple ward of sights, obviously, though, and Torturer, as well as that Rev ward, going to maybe block up some camps. But again, this is even more of a reason why CiC Esports wants to kind of dodge this with Ophelia, especially. But we'll see how quickly Willowkeeper also maybe picks up on this, and if they make the early adjustment or not.
I think they should understand now, though, that they're dodging because they didn't show any heroes on the lanes or anything. But I guess CiC should have done it anyways because they don't have the team fight on level 1. So
well, it's a start.
I still feel like they should know they're going on their own and the enemy jungle that they're manning up instead. So let's see how they do. Yeah, they're even blocking their own hard camp now.
Yeah. Okay, so they are at least somewhat aware of the situation. Actually, Torturer's... He does have another ward of sight here. Okay, so he's going to look to block this pole camp here with the left camp here. Yeah, there you go. So he does do a good job fusing that is on Torturer, but now where is he going to end up? Are they just going to maybe do a 1-2-2 here? I mean, that kind of would make sense, I guess, at the same time, because, you don't need to have 3 heroes at the bottom lane, obviously, so making that adjustment.
I don't really like the Chipper Torturer lane mid, though. That's not super good, and sending Torture top is not really either super good. But I guess he could go mid, because that means Kezu's gonna have a lot harder time, so I think he should. Or maybe they're just gonna roam. As you can see, Master Farms is already rotating mid. They might go for a first blood.
Yeah, middle lane would be very possible. There is no vision out for the Legion team, actually, right now, so this could be a possible gank. Kinesis is not the most mobile, of course, in terms of getting away, and he does not have his Q either, with that said, so at least just yet. He might get it just before they come, but yeah, I mean, this does leave Magnus, obviously, to a 1v1 versus the Kraken. I think he could definitely handle himself there at the bottom lane.
I think, Kraken should do good early now, and then when Magnus starts hitting maybe 4 or 5, Kraken is gonna lose the lane, because the Volcanic Touch is gonna be too much damage if he doesn't play very carefully and just pull the creeps and hit them before.
Well, what about the splash though from Kraken? I mean, that's also a strong melee tool to have. So
yeah, it sure is. But the thing is, if he tries to click on the Magnus, he's gonna aggro the creeps, and the Magnus is gonna run away, and he takes damage if you try to follow him. So And that's the thing with the volcanic touch. It's a splash. Like if you just kill the creep, it's way more AoE.
Yeah.
So that's why Magnus has the upper hand.
Yeah, it's a lot stronger too. Magic compared to physical even, but yeah, definitely a lot stronger as far as the overall damage output. So yeah, so we'll see as the levels pick up how that obviously tends to develop here. It's also apparently we have a situation, so who knows what that situation is? But no, yeah. Speaking of obviously we had a lot of fun. You were obviously took place in that Reason versus CiC series. You and Zibe both ringing for Reason game, and that was a fun series, man. I assume it was fun to play in.
Yeah, except the first game when I played Scout, that was quite.
Yeah, you didn't do the best on Scout.
No, I did nothing that game.
It was
except
pretty
though, I found pretty many wards though, I guess.
Yeah.
Because every time I put down an eye, there was either a counter ward or a normal ward. So. But it still was really sucked for that game. I didn't do anything.
Yeah.
So. But the other two games I did pretty good, I guess.
Are you like actively seeking for a team, or you said you're working, so you're just busy and you don't have much time right now?
I'm not really seeking for a team. If I get a opportunity to play for a team that I think is gonna be able to like beat BMG and CiC, then I might consider it. But for now, I'm just gonna keep working and see that as my main thing.
Right on.
And yeah, that's about what I do right now.
Cool, cool. Well, here we go once again. Game number 1. He's already being creep blocked actually. Taking a couple of auto attacks in the process, and yeah, they may be looking to go in here quickly. Okay, so you are in trouble, good sir. Here comes a charge shot, and the tar toss on top. There's no chance. He even stasis smashes the creep. I think he was going for Chipper, obviously, no, that wasn't a stasis smash. What am I saying? Anyways, he lifted him up, so it didn't matter. He gets down. So Bloodlust kill in the middle lane, very easily coming out here for the Hellborn roam.
Yeah, that was a really good roam. I think they're just gonna keep doing that because Kraken is always going to have pushed lane if not Magnus keeps his volcanic touch on. But also, it's pretty funny to see Slap jungle right now. He has a Wolf Commander that does absolutely nothing. Like he can't even kill the Wild Hunters.
Yeah, not the best creep by itself, at least. No, maybe if you have a 3 creep army, it's actually pretty solid, and you're pushing.
Yeah.
But not the best by itself. So, in fact, he's going to go into the Legion jungle, but again, he needs to be careful because this Master and Torture are showing that they are roaming. He's going to use the Wolf Commander to get some vision, though. They are uphill, though, currently, so they cannot be seen, actually. So Slap still has no clue that they are here, and they're going to go back to the middle lane. I don't even know if they know Ophelia's here, to be honest. At the same time, but here we go once again on a Kinesis. He does have stasis. No, he doesn't actually. He gets a shield instead. He is going to mitigate plenty of damage. Will it be enough in the end? No, it will not. Down goes Kinesis. You see Ophelia coming in. Is level 1, but still enough to get a counter kill. But at what cost right here? Slap just now in trouble. Rockets are going to be flying out. There's a charge shot, and the rocketed guarantee doesn't even matter. Creep was in the way, but they get the kill. But now Rhapsody double damage is running in. If he can get staccatos off, he has a double damage, but no, he cannot get in range. And that'll be the end of that, actually. So the 2-for-1 exchange, much in favor of Willowkeeper once again. So again, their start actually looking pretty strong here.
Yeah, they're doing really good now. And even if you look top lane, it seems like Flensmice is not even having the best time, even though he was 2 versus 1. He has only 9 creep kills, while Hag has 9 too. So that's not really the start you want to have.
I obviously we've been watching like the middle lane and the action here, but it's only 3 minutes in, but still, you would expect maybe a slightly better start here when it's all said and done. But perhaps that's where you got to give credit to Baltazar, play the Wretched Hag and his positioning. Oh yeah, bottom lane though, we do have some action brewing down here, but not enough for a kill. But if Rhapsody still hangs in there, he might be in trouble actually. No, they're not going to dive though. In the end, chain reactions misses. So yeah, the Legion of CiC Esports, they end up sending the Rhapsody all the way to the bottom lane instead. Makes me wonder if they're actually going to just move Swiftblade down here as well. In the NS Chipper and Kinesis going out, but no, they're going to be fine when it's all said and done. But yeah, now Torture's in trouble. The staccato stun's coming out. There's a goo put down. I don't know about that. I don't know. I mean, if he maybe meant to blast shot there, but in the end, he does fall.
I don't think it would have mattered.
Or yeah, maybe forked lightning, I guess, is what it maybe meant for. But yeah, it probably didn't matter. So. Good counter kill, and the movement here coming up. But yeah, like I was going to say, I mean, should they maybe have sent the Swiftblade bottom lane now, or you think? Or just keep the Kraken down here?
I think it won't matter really who they're going to leave top now, because no one is going to win against Hag now when he has this good start.
Yeah.
The Kraken should do fine and if he Kraken hit 6 before Hag, he would even be able to kill him. But I think they should just sacrifice the Swiftblade now.
Okay.
I think it's too late to swap.
Yeah, so playing more of a suicide Swiftblade here in this case. Get the farm on Kraken. Speaking of that, though, Kraken running into 3 heroes. Actually, Chipper running into the jungle right here, as well as Insania. Stun comes in from Magnus, but it was just a half second too late. However, they still may get some counter kills. Yes, they will. It's still a 2-for-1 exchange in favor of the Hellborn team. Again, they are going to throw out a pause here. Apparently, Kraken was lagging, but...
Yeah, I think it was also Kraken because he just stopped and started attacking the creeps.
Okay.
And then, like after 3 seconds, he used his star toss. He died. So I guess he had some delays there too.
It's unfortunate, but I mean, the numbers-wise, it did end up in their favor at least.
Sure did.
In the end, so at least they had that going for them. But yeah, I mean, overall though, 5-3 hero kill start. The stats are fairly even in the end. Again, Kraken is having a great time, and now especially with that death on Chipper, it will actually slow him down a bit, maybe, and drop him under the 300 gold per minute mark. I'm a little surprised though that Lapped is actually managing very good farm. I mean, he is 3-2-0, so being very involved, obviously, probably has a lot to do with that. But
yeah, I don't think he would probably only be level maybe 3 now if he didn't get all these kills. Also, he got solo XP on the first one I think he killed, and then he shared on the next 2 ones. So
okay, helping right there. So. Yeah, I was kind of curious about that too. Kinesis actually, maybe just a hindsight thought here, but he does have Stasis Smash now. But when he was level 3, he actually put the level into his Inherent Defense, his E ability. You think that made sense for that circumstance there? Or?
No, I think he should have went with his Q no matter what. Let's see the shield, the damage shield that absorbs damage equal to 20% of the spell damage. It's not that much damage if you're only level 3, so I feel like it's kind of wasted in my opinion. So I don't think he should have went with it. If he got in his Q, he reduces the incoming damage on him by 50%. So I think that would be a lot more viable.
Yeah. We could use it as like a crowd control tool even, but you know, again, it was just that level 3 mark, whether that really is where it ultimately matters. But when it's all said and done, yeah, probably wouldn't have mattered. I mean, he probably still would have died. In the end with that gank incoming. So does have it now, like I said, as he is level 5. So, but yeah, that is an interesting ability though. They reworked that a while back, and let's talk about, you know, maybe starting to see Kinesis actually pop up because of that change especially. And he also got changes elsewhere too. I mean, just all around I believe he got buffs even across the board. So it is cool to see him here, and again, we'll see what kind of impact Keizu ultimately is able to have in the big picture. Magnus manages to hit level 6 before Kraken here. Kraken actually had the level advantage, but with all the fighting going on, he is now level 6 first. And Kraken, though, if he hits level 6 here quickly enough, oh, but yeah, he needs to be careful. You see 3 players down here, and they are not, Master of Arms at least hasn't been spotted. There is nowhere to sight to see them incoming. There is a gank in the middle lane, though, being set up at the same time. Chipper, can he get back in time? It looks like it. The Skeleton King could not get there, so they're trying to roam on that Chipper, keep aggressive on him, but he's able to avoid right there. This GPM chart, though, I mean, not a whole lot of farm, like, on individual heroes. It's very spread out, this game right now.
Sure is. Thing is, like, Chipper is one of the few easy heroes to gank, and now he's in trouble. He died.
You were saying? Yeah.
He's, like, super easy to gank. He has no escape or anything. That's something, like, you learn, especially if you play a lot of TMM. If you play heroes that can't escape from mid, you're gonna get ganked all the time.
Yeah.
So that's something you learn after playing a lot of TMF.
That's why, you know, your solo mid Soul Stealers and Thunderbringers, you don't really see too often on the competitive scene.
Yeah, it's way too easy to gank them, I guess. Especially if you have Solstice or something like that.
Yeah.
And you're pretty screwed.
Need those evasive heroes. So, yeah, Chipper definitely starting to struggle because of that. And, yeah, his GPM has really started going downhill again. We're talking about he was over 300 GPM for a good amount there, now down to about 250. Bottom lane, though, you see they're trying to set up. Slap does have a Minotaur and a Skeleton King. Very good army here to go for a kill. But, I mean, there's a lot of support, obviously, at the same time for the Hellborn side. So they're going to need some good coordination if they want anything. There is no release to Kraken either, so I don't know if they're going to really look to go aggressive here. And obviously this Ward of Sight is seeing all this now that I mentioned that. coming out from Ophelia. So yeah, there's not going to be a successful gank when it's all said and done. But at the same time, I mean, with the way the lanes have kind of ultimately adjusted here, it's working better for CiC in the end, it seems like. Mainly because Kraken's having the better time, so. But it still is early with that said. Get too far ahead, but yeah, he's really okay. He does counter ward actually, so good job by Slap right there, picking up on that information.
Oh, it's pretty cool though. Slap is also buying all the wards apparently.
Yeah.
For Insane, yeah. That's pretty nice. Huh. Normally you never see any jungler buying wards.
Yeah. That's nice of him right there, definitely. Kraken actually in some trouble. He charges down the river. He is going to be fine. They are not going to commit to a chase right there, so just happen to run on into him. And yeah, obviously the Tsunami charge makes him very difficult to go for a kill if he's just too far away. So good escape on its part, but does that mean they're making kind of an adjustment? No, it goes back to the bottom lane, so never mind. Thought they might have been adjusting altogether, but Swiftblade actually, he's looking to set up middle lane here. Swiftblade trying to get active now because of what's going on.
He really wants to use ulti. He have been 7 for quite some time, I think. So he just want to get rid of it, and he's really going for it.
This is awkward. Chipper's like, I see you. I mean, you're not really hidden here. Creepy comes in. Now Chipper's actually going to go for kind of killing Ophelia as he comes in. There's this one slashes though by himself. That's what Swiftblade was looking for. In comes the healing touch, and now Kinesis with the ultimate. Not enough for the kill on Wretched Hag, however. But now Magma's caught in no man's land. He's caught on the spin. He stuns finally. Gets on a Kinesis. The Bat Blast on top of that, but the inherent defense actually absorbing a lot of that damage right there. And Kinesis is more than fine. Down goes Master of Arms. CiC Esports, their coordination came together right there. And despite that awkward positioning from Swiftblade Hill, it worked out.
Yeah, it was pretty interesting. Like he started running and the creep saw him. I think he should have just went back, Kraken that is, the Tripper, into the creep wave, because the creeper was following Swiftblade, so he should have known that it was coming, his creep wave after Swiftblade. And maybe he didn't get all the full Swift Blast onto himself, so just something to think about, but in the heat of the moment, you can't really think about everything. So.
Yeah, it's difficult sometimes, for sure. Apparently, they want to play some mid-wars, though, so 4 to the 5 heroes at least come back towards the middle lane, and you also see CiC Esports, though, they are ready. Spin coming out, in fact, and more action going once again. Kinesis does get caught out. He dies first. Torture may fall. He will, but does it come at a cost? Swiftblade does not have a spin, obviously, anymore. No ultimate either. There's the chainsaws. In comes the Magma stun, and down falls Swiftblade in the end. So, yeah, that time around, Willow Keepers had the numbers there, and that did work out in their favor. So, we once again have a pretty action-oriented game to kick things off here. 7-7 already, as we're approaching 10.5 minutes. But, I mean, is there anything that's really standing out to you so far as like, leaning towards one team or the other? Is this just coming out into Rome and getting kills here?
I didn't think it was going to get so many kills from Legion early on, but they've been doing really good, especially Slap by roaming around with Ophelia. And I think Willow Keeper is doing the right thing now, trying to farm up the PK on Magnus. I think in the tripulations. He must have bought something now, I think.
Maybe power supply finishing that, or? Yes, power supply, yeah.
Yeah, just a power supply. He has a lot of build-up items here, so...
Would for that,
probably
that
gonna take him. Yeah, it's probably gonna take some time before, and he even buys Vestment.
Did he? Okay. He really wants to be this early game.
That's something I don't really like when I play as hero like him, having both bottle, power supply, and Vestment.
Yeah.
If I buy all those 3 items, I normally either remove the power supply or the bottle. Either one of them I should go for.
Yeah.
Because it's too many item inventory slots.
Yeah, getting that portal key is just so... You know, I will say this, though. It is Boxy playing, and actually I'll get to that in just a second. See, look at the man mode right there. He goes for the deny. I mean, come on, man. That was just silly. Like, there's 5 heroes there. You're not going to get the deny off and get away. Now, they do push the top lane in the meantime, but... Yeah, I don't know. As I was just about to say, to be frank, I mean, Boxy is known as one of these extra aggressive players. Sometimes he makes YOLO plays and they work out, they're entertaining. Other times, they're that. They're like, what the hell are you thinking? That was just silly. he also is known for building Magnus especially odd. Now, in the previous games that we've been casting him, he's been the one playing Magnus. He's gone items such as early Null Stone to just get in the Shrunken Head. He skipped Portal Key until late game, so he does his own thing, basically.
Yeah, so that's going to be fun to have a look at him.
Yeah, so I'm curious to see if it's more the standard this time or if it's the boxy way. So we'll see what he goes for, but yeah, so expect different is what I'm getting at from him here. Swiftblade just farming away in the meantime in the middle lane. But yeah, again, after when that all exchange going on, at least they did kind of push the top lane, but the secondary also goes down. So CiC Esports obviously feeling a lot better about that situation there. Chipper, well, he's going to scout things out at least, but
I don't think he's going to be able to kill him. He has an Astro already. That's the Mannering.
What about Chipper here? You think he needs to get something like that PK as soon as possible? It's actually Swiftblade diving in big time here. Portar coming in. He doesn't have the most support. Look at that body blocking coming out from Master of Arms, even though he's still spinning. And yes, he is going to fall. Magma's channeling the eruption. Oh, he was assuming they were going to keep coming, but
it was right on top of the ward.
Yeah, that was seen. That's true. That was a good shit because yeah, he was uphill, so that could have actually worked.
Yeah, if there was no ward there, they would probably keep chasing, and that would have been a perfect ulti. But
yeah. But what? So I was getting at Chipper. Well, what do you think, Chipper? Does he just need to get his own PK as soon as possible, or kind of a different style here?
I feel like they should need tablets, so I would like to see a tablet in him.
Okay.
And then after that, he could go staff, I guess.
Yeah, staff's pretty solid on him, definitely. You think staff's
against Swiftblade?
Yeah. I was gonna say,
slow through the spin.
You think staff's almost like a core on him? Because yeah, the slow that applies as well as the amp damage. That's.
Yeah, I think staff is by sure one of the core items on him. The slow is so massive, like you can barely move in it. So if you get it on the Ophelia creeps and Ophelia, she's dead barely, pretty much. Like,
yeah.
So I love staff on him.
Like you said, it goes through the Shrunkins, and in this case a spin from Swiftblade, so even more incentive. Now Magnus, he's setting up, but again, he doesn't have Eruption anymore. He can still get a nice line set off, which he does. There's the chainsaws on top. He's taking a lot of damage. Ophelia's touch comes out. Can she manage to survive? Yes, she can. The protective melody is used and saving them initially. Now, I will say Willowkeeper did a pretty good job of spreading out, and Magnus goes back in, actually, and so they're going to reset right here. Big Kraken all the way to the background. Backblast hits. Kinesis is still alive, though. He throws Wretched Egg in the air. Wretched Egg forced to maybe kite away, but now so is Kinesis. No, Kinesis still alive. The inherent defense keeping him alive. Finally, Rhapsody falls as Magnus goes back in, but Magnus does cost his own life. As a result, Chipper is going down too. He's out of mana. There's no way he's living there. He does fall, and now Master of Arms, the last man standing. It's going to be a genocide when it's all said and done. Man, we saw the power of that Kinesis shield right there. He was not. That's a level 1.
That was insanely how much that he survived that night. I think he would die from the sonar screen, but then it just removed the shield. I was like, what the hell is... That's not possible. But apparently it is.
Well, because, I mean, his abilities allow him to do so much. That's the great thing why it's such a 1-point wonder, because, yes, it's only 20% compared to 50% at level 4, but its maximum of 500 is the point. And honestly, he's probably getting close to 500 with how much damage he's putting out with the AoE, especially of his ultimate and whatnot. So, and then that kind of kicked in right there. But, yeah, I mean, it seemed like Willowkeeper did a pretty good job initially of kind of resetting the fight, not committing after the cooldowns were used right away, but... He somehow lived, so.
Yeah, I thought Willowkeeper had the fight by Magnus making really big plays, stunning 2 at least all the time. And if Hag was there initially, and he would get the backblast off on the Kinesis and Raptor, I think it was, that was done together at the first stun. If he was there and get the backblast off, the team would have been over straight away. But he was farming top for a bit too long, I guess, but I can't question his place anyways, as it's not easy to know everything.
Yeah. No, yeah, that's true, though, because no doubt, as usual, the protective melody was a big impact in terms of the initial part of that fight, and about the time for CiC to reset and obviously win it in the end. So this is the first big lead, or bigger lead at least, that we've had this game. With CiC Esports 17 minutes in. Good job by Flensmeister right there. Just kind of one of those small things. Master of Arms pulls to put a stack up, and he just walks right in, blocks it, and then runs away. So Just a simple play, but again, those things add up, so well played on his part. Up there again. He's kind of struggled this game, 2-3-6, 253 goal per minute, but at the same time, he's doing enough at this point, and his team is in the lead, so that's ultimately what matters. In the end, as Kraken's been using his farm to get that portal key, and now looks like he's working on a Shrunken Head next. And yeah, you look at this Hellborn team, Shrunken Head's a key item, to say the least.
Yeah, you can say that.
It's these guys, so not too surprising. Staff of the Master being worked on by Slap, by the way. What do you think about that? That's kind of not your first item necessarily, but to follow up the initial items here.
I guess it works. It makes him more tanky. It's going to be a lot harder to kill him, and he's going to be able to heal so much damage. So it's like if he, like now when he gets stuff to the master, he's going to be able to stand up in front. But I feel like it should have went with the berry item though, because that's one of the items that's going to be great here.
Yeah, true.
Only magic damage, but maybe it goes that after. I'm not too sure though, but yeah, I think it's still good. He's going to have so much heals potential.
Yeah. Yeah, the other thing to note, again, this Kinesis here, it's not like he's been taken off and farm, and that's why he's able to live again. His item set, I mean, he didn't really have much on him. He still doesn't have much on him. He has 1,200 gold now saved up again. Okay, there you go. He's going to finish the tablet. So goes the tablet of command here earlier on to assist with the team. And, you know, again, great in purposes against, like, the chainsaws and whatnot, and just in general, too. So kind of building more of that utility supportive style, but I can also dish out a lot of damage because my skills allow me to build. Middle lane, they're going for a counter push here. Is Willowkeeper. You see the Vulture Lord Tornado being annoying as it tends to be. And they actually may deny this as a result of that. In fact, Kraken goes in right here. He jumps on a trooper. They deny the tower. They're going to pick up the quick kill. And the rest of Willowkeeper is on the run. Master of Ops, he actually does lightning speed on himself right here. But I don't know if he's going to get away. The Skeleton King's cooldown must be coming. Oh, so slash only 1 bounce because of the uphill. So at least that's a good thing, but I still think he's dead. Yeah, the auto attack's coming out. Skeleton King net, and this should be the end of him. Maybe get the... Okay, yeah, Flintsmeister gets it, so that's a little bit of a hope, but not really. As they deny the top tower at least, but again, CiC could hold.
I didn't even think it was possible to disjoin the Swiftblade ulti by running uphill.
Well, apparently it is. Saw firsthand right there, yeah. That's a good point. Yeah, you would think that it would like give him the vision as he goes up with him, but
yeah.
Huh. Well,
that's
it
good
does.
to know.
Yeah, right? All those tactics. So now whenever you play Swiftblade, just sit on a hill and just go up it as soon as he ultimates. It's as easy as that. What was I gonna say though? Who got something good or interesting? Oh, Portal Key on Boxy. Playing the Magma. So he did go the Portal Key, that's what I wanted to mention. So they have that now at least.
Hopefully he's going to get a very big ulti here, but I'm not even sure if that's going to be enough. They need to get a 3-man stun by him, or at least 2-man stun, and then the battle is straight on top of that before Ophelia gets everything off, or the Protective Melody comes out. So it's going to be really hard for them right now to fight. I think they need to be winning more fights early on, not dying that much. But they're still really, like, they're in the game, of course.
Yeah.
So I don't think they're out of it already. But if CiC is going to do Conga here soon and start pushing, I think it's going to be really hard for them to defend.
Yeah. Again, the Shrunken Head on Kraken, in fact, he has enough gold for it now, so obviously a big item, especially in this matchup here. So he's going to have that. That's going to make things difficult. Swiftblade just got something. Abyssal Skull, that's right. He got Abyssal Skull, so great team support, but also a good farming tool for himself and to enhance that situation. Overall, it seems like that's really what CiC is going for here. Kind of that almost stay green effect of we're getting all these utility items, you know, Staff of the Master to just constantly heal throughout these fights. They don't have a Soul's Bulwark with that said, so I'm kind of going on that line. It's maybe not as much, but still. They're going for we're going to be grouping up and team fighting here kind of mentality. That's clear, so... to the top lane they go, as Kraken's not with them, though, so need to be a little bit careful about that. As he was back at base getting a shrunken. I don't know if Willowkeeper's going to be looking to defend, honestly. They may just go for a counter push here. In the big picture.
Magma, so...
Uh-oh. Yeah. Oh, no, he's in trouble. Okay, no, he's going to be fine. Sitting that steam bath and 40 key away. So yeah, they just give up the tower. I mean, you agree with that? They just don't feel comfortable defending against a tower push like that.
Yeah, I don't think they should. I think the thing they should do is try to take the Congo fight, because hopefully they're gonna stack up there.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's what I think they should try and do.
Yeah. All right, another vote to pause coming out right here for Willow Keeper. So I don't know if those lag issues might be back or whatnot, but anywho, yeah, they are going to be defending obviously the ultimate base push, so keep that from happening. But you know, no doubt the staff of the master now, and I feel like I said, that reduces it to 30-second cooldown now compared to, isn't it like 120 seconds if I'm not mistaken, or somewhere like 90
I think
seconds
it's 120.
Yeah, that's what I think. So, or around there at least. So yeah, it's quite the power, definitely. But as you're saying, you know, maybe a barrier idol could have made sense too. But perhaps we will see that next coming out for them. Grimoire, I believe, was just finished by Wretched Hag, so that's again a very good positive for Willow Keeper. It's not too often we see the Grimoire Wretched Hags nowadays, just because she's not picked up as much as she used to. But still, we all remember what the potential of that and how it kind of snowballs you after getting the Shrunken Head soon after. So one big team fight is all it's going to take here for Willow Keeper to kind of honestly settle this game and have actually a decent chance. Because, I mean, their late game is pretty strong. They got great team fight all throughout. And, again, Wretched Hag most certainly can be a threat in the later game stage. Do you agree with that, or do you think actually the superior is for CiC in the end?
I feel like the superior the superior late game is for Willow Keeper here, but CiC does have good late game, that's for sure. They have Kraken ultimate, they have the Kinesis burst damage, and he's probably going to get a PK soon. And the carry potential of Swiftblade, that's massive. But the thing is, Willow Keeper needs to get more carry items on Master of Arms and Torture during the late game, and because they're only having one late game carry that's going to get farmed right now, and that's Hag. Magnus is not that big late game carry because normally you would never get a good ulti off anyways, so that damage is not really used, and so they basically only have Hag that's a late game carry that they're farming right now. So by the looks of the game, if they're going to keep going to late game, and he's the only one that's going to keep farming, and Magnus, and Chipper is also going to get some, but I feel like CiC has the upper hand. Yeah. As they're farming only those two heroes on Willow Keeper.
Yeah. So kind of the pace right now of where we're at just seems like it is in favor of CiC Esports. But again, it's not one, like I said, that one big fight, and at least calm things down, get things even again, and who knows where it can go from there. But most certainly that potential does lie. So once again, Willow Keeper competing very well against CiC Esports, but in the end, CiC does have that advantage at this point of the game, as we are 22.5 minutes in right now to game number one. Something else I want to note too, you know, CiC Esports, they seem to be the active team now, especially in terms of streams and whatnot, and majority of their players, in fact, all their players might even stream every now and then, but of course Slapped and KZ more the popular ones perhaps. But anyways, my point being, they were streaming just before this match, and they were actually doing mid-wars as a team to kind of warm up. So not often you see that, honestly, but you know, they had the chat going and everything, and you know, they were pumped up to say the least, like getting prepared and everything and ready to play in today's match. So not saying the Willow Keepers wasn't by any means, but making the point that again, CiC most certainly come to play, and like I said, also playing with Insania now as their new 5th member, and seems like that's definitely going pretty solid so far. Not too surprising there. Yes, Hag in the jungle.
I'm also watching this Rev Ward here mid. Oh, there was a kill apparently.
You pressed R and got the kill.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the Rev Ward mid?
Yeah, the Rev Ward mid is so close to the ward. It must be like really damn close. How long range is it? 800?
800, so.
Oh.
So, wait, this Rev Ward. Oh, okay, yeah, no, that's like double the range, unfortunately, so. Oh, no, this one, oh, the top it, okay, yeah, that is, oh, wow, yeah, it's very close. I was looking at the one in the river, but no, that makes more sense. Huh, yeah, just out of range, so.
Quite unlucky, but hey.
That's the ward game for you. Doesn't always work out. Chipper is, again, getting towards that Staff of the Master. Like I said, that is a very, very powerful tool, just in general. What's considered to be a core on him even, so that's going to prove to be another big pickup, I'm sure. There are no outer towers left either, though, for Willowkeeper, so now we're at that spot of CiC. Definitely perhaps going to be looking for that Kongor attempt and working off of that. So right now, Kongor is currently blind for both teams, really. No vision coming out here. You know, so you were talking about actually Master Farms, and again, his farm is playing the secondary support. It's not the best, understandably. But the items that he does get, would you almost want to see him build, say, into something like a Nullfire Blade, some more of an aggressive, like, potentially I may be able to somewhat carry build, or do you still want to see more of the support items like the tablet here or whatnot?
Because of this, how the game is going right now, I want to see him go more carry items, as Nullfire said there. But if they was doing really good early game, he should have went with tablets, of course, and stuff like that. But as they're not doing that good, I think he should be going more carry items. And it seems like they're farming him more and more now, so that's good.
Maybe that's the mentality here in the end. Yeah, perhaps slow things down a little bit for Magnus and get him the farm. But yeah, again, we'll see how that ultimately plays out here. But it's been kind of slow now for these last 5 or so minutes here, after especially a very, very quick start to this game and a lot of action, and now kind of hit that phase of both teams pretty content on doing the farm thing here for the time being. And speaking of that, Firebrand just finished on Swiftblade for him, so gonna see, I see either the Geometer's being routed or possibly there's a full Dawnbringer at this point. I mean, why not, right? Soulsborg just finished by Cracker. But yeah, what would you think? Geometer's Bane or just the full Dawnbringer on Swiftblade?
I don't really know here, because the Geometer's Bane is pretty good against Hag, because you can remove the Bat Blast and everything. Mid lane though.
Yeah, Chip. Holy crap. You just see that Kinesis damage hit and it's just dead. Mass control was used right there. And that's a big catch.
Seems they're doing Kongor. But yeah, I about the Geometer's Bane, I think he can do whatever he feels like, I guess. He's probably gonna go with Dawnbringer, because that's more of a carry item, I guess. More movement speed and the mana, so he can farm more. But I don't think, yeah, they probably don't even want to farm more, so he might go Geometer's Bane actually.
Yeah. For more of the immediate benefit. I mean, the downside of Geometer's Bane, I will say, it's just so much AoE that those illusions are going to do nothing in terms of that.
Yeah,
but yeah, still using it for the disjoint effect and whatnot is good.
Yeah,
but
I think it's mainly because of the disjoint effect he wants it.
Yeah.
And the movement speed is really good in Swiftblade.
Just the natural benefits from it. Token of Life is picked up, obviously, speaking of Swiftblade. On him, and doesn't seem like CiC wants to really delay anything here. They're just going to go straight into the base. They probably know that the Hellborn team is working on some items, and again, the big one being the Staff of the Master on Chipper especially, so not having that just yet, and also the Shrunken Head on Wretched Hag, still a little bit away from that for the time being. You do see Magnus, though. He's in a pretty good spot right here as far as setting up an Eruption initiation, but uh-oh. Something tells me they might know he's here and their plan is safe. There's about... he's in trouble.
Oh,
yes, he's in trouble. Oh, no.
That sucks.
Yeah. That's one of those cases that's like, you're in a great position, but you're also in a position that's pretty vulnerable if you don't go quicker. So, ooh, the charge missed right there from Kraken. Does he have a buyback? He did buy back, actually. They get the tower kill, though, and they're probably going to fall back, or maybe not.
I don't think they need to. They have the token. So
Sure. Take care of business here, but
a very interesting ward placement by Insania as well on the top side here.
yeah.
I've never seen it before.
Well, gets the vision in case they're tempted to be flanked or whatnot, I guess, from the top side. So some usefulness there. But yeah, so as you mentioned, they have the token. They're pretty confident. They're going to force a defense here, if anything, or maybe not. Dunstan actually with the Eruption. Not the biggest one. Wraps it, or that's Kinesis actually that's dropping, but he's going to live. They turn it big time right there on a Magnus. Bat Blast does come out, but obviously zero follow-up after the fact. So now a couple of big ultimates are on cooldown. In fact, even the Chainsaw's also used. Everything's on cooldown, and that's CiC's go-to of let's just push now. extra hard because, hell, the Staff of the Master Ophelia, that ultimate's going to be up in 14 seconds here in counting. Well, there's the benefit for that.
Yeah, I think that was game. They couldn't have died before the Conger fight. They needed to take that fight. As you can see now, there's not much they can do, mainly because they have the tokens which they can be in the front, and they feel like creeps can just keep pushing and they can't do anything about it. The only way they could have done there is if Magnus got a super good ulti, but he tried.
Yeah.
They had the way too good positioning there. So.
Played it very good indeed, and here comes the troll from Insania. As he buys a Thunderclaw here. Swift Slash is bouncing around in the background again. CiC knows that they pretty much have this in the bag, kind of playing extra aggressive as a result. Magnus, or Kraken actually goes in and just completely whiffs that charge. Magnus going to try to make them pay for that. So Swiftblade finally falls, but again, he's the one with a token, and everyone's ready to fight once again on CiC's side especially. So, yeah, if you're Willow Keeper, don't feel too committed here by any means. Chainsaws come out. They don't have any other big ultimate cooldowns. Nice center once again from Magnus, but again, the follow-up's just so minimal. Rhapsody's going to fall. She does get the protective melody off for a couple seconds right there, but too strong for CiC Esports. It is going to be, and we're definitely kind of in that overtime phase now. And
yeah,
CiC's having fun with it.
Look, Rhapsody's side, I'm saying conceding him, so.
Yep. Like I said, the Insania troll has come out here, so that's when you usually know the game's over. If he's done that. Master of Arms Kite? Nope. Not going to happen. So, I mean, overall, in this game, you look back at it, you think draft, you think just the play, think just a better team? What do you think here?
I think CiC won the drafting stage for sure, but Willow Keeper should have a shot, though, with their lineup. There's no doubt about that. I think CiC played too good. They got too many ganks off, and the roaming from Ophelia made a very massive. Well, he made like the game, I guess, because he got so much farm. He got a very early Mana Ring and Astrolabe, and then he started working as Staff of the Master. He had so much farm, even though he shouldn't. So
yeah,
the MVP of the game is for sure slapped.